clips where she exposes a lot of things that, people aren't talking about. Today, we're going to go over another clip from, a live that she did where she really goes in on things that are very important to hear and dissect and start to pay more attention to. Right now, when I was listening to this live, some of y'all may have heard this live. I'm not sure, but when I actually did the video, a lot of you were aware of her story. Like I said, I was new to her. I don't know how she escaped me for so long, but with all the research that I did, I never came across her. But I'm glad I did. Right? So this video, like I said in the last one, isn't necessarily about Diddy. This is just about the stuff that she's been exposing and talking about. And also, she's going to go into some stuff about trafficking where I want to bring back a clip from Orlando Brown. Now, that clip we're going to show and talk about, y'all have seen before. But man, is it more important than ever for us to hear and break down that clip again. Like, we really have to pay attention and listen to what both of them are saying. They literally played the clip again from Orlando Brown. I just almost couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Orlando Brown says the same things that she said, that they both have been saying, So in this video, we're going to use that video and go down this rabbit hole. It's very deep. And this is one of those topics, man, I feel real strong about. And more videos have to be made like this, but we kind of got to stick to the guidelines. I can't say the words that I want to say to describe what I'm talking about. And y'all will notice, especially in the Orlando Brown clip, those certain words are bleeped out for YouTube guidelines that involve the little ones, so y'all already know what I'm talking about as far as trafficking goes, right? So I'm not going to keep this intro too long, y'all. We're going to go ahead and jump into the first clip with Ali Carter. I'll come back, we're going to talk about it, and then we're going to check out a little bit more of Orlando Brown. All right, y'all? Check this out.
Garden area, and employees led us to underground tunnels. We had to take an elevator and stairs. You have to that you can just walk into a tunnel. The entrances and the exits are in your face, but there's no way that you can just walk through tunnels. You'll get stuck. You'll go deeper and deeper, and you won't be able to come back out because it's hard, because the tunnels run all different directions, miles and miles and miles and miles. So if you go down the wrong one, you get stuck, and it's confusing to turn back around and get back to where you're going. You have to be led in and out. I think people assume that when you get underground, it's just this, and you keep going deeper, and there's more dirt, and then there's cages of children. No, that's not how it works. There's cities underground, there's warehouses underground, there's actual homes underground. People build these tunnels, and they've built them for decades. There's a lot of elite celebrities. They go down there for parties.
Because Riverside County, do you hear me? Riverside County Child Protective Services was involved in my trafficking. I never thought we would see the day where Diddy would get arrested. I told you guys in that Maria Z interview in 2021 that no one tells on Diddy. P. Diddy. All right? Just the same way nobody tells on Denzel Washington. People don't usually talk and stop and think about the children victims that are going through things right now as we speak, and the ones who suffered through all of this. I started projects with projects all around because we just said, you know what, this is our life. It's not changing. We stopped somewhere, and I've been hiding. My mom and I have been hiding. We've had our head down. We've tried to back up. We've tried to tell you everything that we can, and now we have people messaging us, investigators, people that want to talk now, when now It's because it's trending. We're still not on the subject of the kids. All the adults are covering their asses. All the adults are, I left at a certain time, yet you knew children were there. You knew these parties were not okay. They weren't freak-offs. They were satanic ritual orgies. It wasn't just adults in these parties. The adults were responsible for the child sex slaves that were in the party. And one of those children were me. Now, those who are trying to come at us now, talking like, oh, well, now the Diddy's out, now that you can talk. For why? Because we tried to have a case with Child Protective Services. We gave them 8 months worth of evidence. 8 months worth of evidence. That ain't even good crumb. They took that case and they hit it. If you are a survivor and if you are a real victim, be careful. Because these hotline numbers that they're putting out, I wouldn't do it.
They take your information to see what you have.
They're taking
And then
inventory.
they shut it down.
Mm-hmm.
They're taking inventory.
That's blood money.
That's blood money.
That's all blood money. You do know that, right? Whether you take money for him to shut up, whether you take money from him for periods, that's blood money. I don't want anybody's money. Not even the same. And let me make something very clear. Even though it runs in my family, you can't fake your death. That shit is expensive. We don't have that money. We don't have the military involvement. We are not working with white hats. We are working with everyday people who can come out and do something when they can. Who can come out and say I can be security when I can. Who can come and cover us when they can. But that's not all the time. Right now, we by ourselves. We can call on some angels, yes. These are everyday people. They're not white hats. Get it straight. There's no witness protection program because how well is the Secret Service doing protecting your former president? They're not even doing their damn job. Even the photographers can get the shot, and including the people that can get the shot. Let's be real. Don't do the same bullshit. Don't do that either. You want to know why? Because that all circles back to the military. That all circles back to fake arrests. That all circles back to lies. And not everybody can fake their death. Even though some of y'all are sitting pretty, trying to make the excuse of, oh, well, they were so evil, I was trying to be undercover. No, bullshit. My face is out there. You little punk. My face is out there. You pussy.
No, and I see a lot of you people out there like, oh, they faked their death and they're gonna come back.
No.
That's
No.
bullshit.
No.
Joan Rivers, you were up there partying with Michelle Manshell. Lassane, you were doing some dirty, vile shit. All of you. So any of these people that they're gonna try to revive and prop up, bullshit.
No.
Bullshit.
You see all the people running? They're ducking and hiding because everybody knows that there is children there. But we're still not talking about the kids yet. When are we going to talk about the kids? Everybody's demanding something from the victims. Why aren't you demanding it from the news? You know he's about to turn into another Epstein, and then the list follows and it circles back into a web. So why isn't anybody demanding any information on the kids? Huh?
Where'd that supply chain come from?
Do you think that thousands of dollars worth of baby oil was for thousands of food? $65,000 worth of hot dogs and pizza was for who? Trafficking over the border was for who? Child Protective Services is your supplier. Is anybody going to talk about that? The immigrants that are coming across the border, that all those kids that they were just scooping up out of boats in Iowa, they're now coming in and they're throwing them right into the system. Aurora, Colorado, Springfield, Ohio. Where do you think all those kids are going? This ain't about an election anymore. Y'all know that, right? The election is canceled.
Sweet.
Because everybody that you love, you don't live in the world you think you do. Everybody that you think is not guilty is about to show you who they really are. I've been saying for years.
Now, real quick, hearing her talk about trafficking and underground tunnels, this isn't new. You know, if y'all been looking at this stuff for years on years, you've heard plenty theories about facilities, warehouses, that Denver airport where it's supposed to be stuff underground. There's been a lot of theories. I don't know if we've ever seen just real proof of an underground facility outside of movies. They're giving hints. Even in They Clone Tyrone, if y'all remember, that little facility was underground. So this is not something, it's not something to play with, and it's definitely not something to doubt because I think it's very true. And also, y'all remember in that Jordan Peele movie, I think it was called Us, where basically every lookalike of, every person that was on Earth was in underground facilities with all those bunnies running around. So we've gotten plenty of examples of it, and I'm just naming like 2 or 3. Of course, there's been probably hundreds of examples from Hollywood. Even going back to Disney, I think we talked about it in that video I did on Shia LaBeouf, and when we were doing those videos, there was a theory about underground tunnels being, under the Disney park, so whether you basically traffic in and out. So for me, I wouldn't take that lightly. I definitely believe what she's saying. Because it's been around so long. But what I really want to get into is, and kind of compare her and Orlando Brown. Where y'all saw this clip before is where Orlando Brown was talking about panda eyes, and he was talking about the little ones that go missing there on Walmart commercials, Target commercials. This is really important to go back, listen to, and dissect, right? I really want to get into that because they are basically saying the same thing. Now, Allie was saying that some of the tunnels lead to hospitals. She was talking about Child Protective Services, and she was saying that they take inventory on people who call. That a lot of the reasons end up in traffic from these services, from these people, because it's easy. You get the people who do this kind of stuff. You put them in positions to where it disguises it, but especially the little ones. It goes back to the Hillary Clinton thing, where I think that lady who was named Laura Silsby, she was rumored to be like one of the heads of Amazon. Kids, 33 kids out of Haiti. They were trying to take 33 kids. Not completely sure if she ever worked for Amber Alert, but it was like, when that whole thing was going on, that was the rumor. So these people do have jobs. They are put in places where it's easier for them to traffic people, especially the little ones, and it makes so much sense. But like she said, people aren't bringing this up. People aren't talking about it. That person said, she was like, the baby oil wasn't just for, adults. So this was for the little ones. $75,000 worth of pizza and hot dogs. That one I didn't even hear, but if that's true, that definitely doesn't sound like, most adults don't eat hot dogs and pizza and group gatherings. I'm not saying that's not the case, but we all know that's like, finger food. That's mostly for the little ones, you know what I'm saying? And I thought that was insane. He brought up a bunch of different people, Denzel, Oprah, a bunch of different celebrities, basically saying they are aware that those parties weren't free costs. They were ritual abuse type of parties at a certain time. What I want to say, I can't really say, is why I keep saying little ones, y'all. Y'all know what I'm trying to say with that. And it also kind of reminds me of that clip of Denzel Washington. I think he was the one that said, you got to leave the party before the devil told me. We'd be at the party, he said, leave 30 minutes for the devil gets there. Okay? And when he would say that, I will always remember that Denzel would leave the parties early. And I follow Denzel out. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Because when you leave 30 minutes for the devil, because there's nothing wrong with going to the party. Even Christ party with the sinners. You know what I mean? But when you leave 30 minutes for the devil get there, you able to have an integrity. I meant off screen. It's not what you on screen, what you off screen. More important. It gives us a clear picture of what actually is going on. And we already know Oprah has been rumored around trafficking for a long time, especially way back with that school that she started. So, right? Let's get into this Orlando Brown clip, y'all, because oh my God, he laid it out. I don't even think when we played this clip the first time, this might have been like a year ago. NBA Youngboy, because remember, NBA Youngboy had those pictures I put up on the screen where he had panda eyes and all that, right? But don't mind the panda eye thing too much. Listen to the breakdown of what Orlando Brown has to say about the little ones. Look, check this out.
No, that stuff. Okay, so yeah,
everybody was kind of calling them like Satan worshippers, and that they were trying to like everybody was kind of saying that they were kind of Satan worshippers, and that they were condoning exploitation with dressed like this. And
well, yeah, the thing about it is, it's like the thing like this, bro. It's like this, man. Like, so you ever heard of Panda? Panda. So you got Panda is a secret code for a certain thing. And so when it comes down to that certain thing, it's so what it is you basically have a certain nerve in your rectum, and if you touch that nerve, you can turn a person into an animal. You can turn a person into whatever you want them to be if you just hold them down. So pretty much, when you see black eyes like Blueface and shit like that, he got beat up, but he didn't get beat up where you thought he got beat up. He got beat up somewhere else. Okay, and so the eyes come out, and they call them panda eyes, and they do this. So you see people with these cigars, and they're all these big celebrities. They all have the cigar in common. That thing between their legs, and it's one of the celebrities. When it comes down to the selling of there's shipping and trafficking in people, adults, the moms, the dads, right there on Target commercials, right there on Walmart commercials. And you're looking at the people that are missing, and they're smiling like they're happy, but they're going back to hell. And that's really what it is. These are actually adults. Jeffrey Epstein created this Samba, and this is what he is great at doing. He's great at kidnapping someone, turning them into putting them in a dead celebrity's body, and screwing the life out of them after he makes a ton of money off of their ass on his private little beach. So you have a private little beach full of celebrities and bodies getting screwed, and nobody cares because they're supposed to be dead. And this has been a major market that he tried to blame on Oprah Winfrey. So, that's what I feel about that. And this panda eye thing is, the panda, all that stuff is so real. You want to go get fucked by Shabba until your eyes pop out, go ahead. I mean, that's up to you. But, I just think that, people just need to realize what they're looking at when they're watching the television. Everything is right in front of you. The revolution was televised, and don't nobody give a shit. So it's very hard to, feel for a person that has no feelings for anyone's, when it comes down to the Grinch, that's how I look at him. It's like, it's a real story. You really have a man out there that wanted to steal Christmas. And how do you steal Christmas? You steal the... Because if you steal the... you have no more joy. And how do you steal it at birth? How do you do that? You turn into a doctor, turn into a nurse, turn into the powers that be that'll protect the person, So it's really intricate with this man, and at the end of the day, I pray that he gets what he needs.
Now in that clip, y'all, he said it plain as day, right? Now we can start with the very, very end of that clip where he talked about the Grinch who stole Christmas. He said, how do you steal Christmas? You steal the little ones. When you steal the little ones, you steal the joy. And that is exactly the truth, y'all. all of the bleeps in his interview was when he said the little ones. Y'all know we can't say that and then involve the trafficking stuff, or it will immediately get shut down on YouTube, right? It's very sensitive. You either have to bleep it or find your way around it. So that's why I had to talk like this. But that was a very good example, and that goes back to what Ali Carter was talking about. Remember, he said, turn into a doctor. You turn into the professions and the people who are supposed to protect the little ones. And that is how they succeed at doing it in the amount that they do it every year. Notice, Ali Carter talked about CPS, how protective services, keyword, protection, protector, child protecting services, right? And when I heard, started listening to Ali Carter talk about it instantly made me think of that clip, because they said the same exact thing. Orlando Brown, the way he puts stuff and exposes things, it's just kind of like it's a little bit different. But he couldn't have worded it any better if people were actually listening. They're turning into these people so they can traffic the little ones. And it's sick as hell. People who you would think, they're going to the, child protective services, they're going to, foster homes. You just couldn't imagine how many of those little ones end up in these kind of situations at a very young age. And of course, he was talking about Epstein being like the leader of it. This is what he was very good at. This is what he got paid, turning dead celebrities for the little one's body. You know how he'll get to wording stuff. Talking about their legs, and they're doing what they do to these little ones. This is what he was really explaining. And I think that clip, people more were focusing on the panda eyes and bringing up pictures, which, of course, it all ties to it. But I don't know if people really listen to that entire clip. Sweet. And then maybe the biggest thing that he said out of all of it is that the little ones, the moms, the dads, the adults are actually being put through that system, being trafficked on Walmart, Target, other places where it's right in front of your face, but you don't even realize it. And it automatically makes you always posters of missing kids in the stores. Remember that? Sugar Crush. I don't think they really do it now. To the point where every Walmart damn near in the world, it was a poster or two of a bunch of missing kids. That almost makes me think that it was like right in our faces. Now, I don't even believe those kids were, I believe those were the ones that were trafficked. And they were like fitting it right in our face. But think about that. Some of these people that are in videos, like what Ali Carter was saying, they're being forced in these videos. They're not in those videos willingly. These people are trafficked.